is you're welcome at. First impressions are very important. It's important to seal and protect now or face a huge paving bill later. So protect that investment, beautify your property. Call Sealmaster today for a qualified contractor. They also do pickleball courts and other recreational things. 615-255-5505 or visit sealmaster.net and tell them Joe sent you.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Is he the first fifth-round drafted guy to have the last name of Sanders? Yep. The reason why I bring up the Sanders name is it throws a spotlight on the kid, which is maybe why some teams didn't want to draft him, like Dion standing above this thing like a colossus, throwing all the attention on him. Dion's got his own stuff he needs to deal with, his own
Your sports live here. WBUZ HD3 Laverne. We are the Game Nashville Sports Network. ESPN 94.9. The Fan.
30 years. The best sports talk in Middle Tennessee. It's the George Plaster Show, featuring Tennessee Sports Hall of Famers Kelly Holcomb and young gun Billy Derrick. And now, here's your host, George Plaster.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome in. It is, what is it? I would call it kind of cloudy and overcast for a Monday. Here's what it looks like. It doesn't want to let me see it. I know. Yeah, there we go. Rain tonight and tomorrow. A 95% chance of rain tomorrow, which I think means it's going to rain. And then come Thanksgiving Day, gets way colder. 47 for a high, only 43 on Friday. Therefore, we can truly say it is football weather. Let's check in first in Murfreesboro. Say hello to Kelly Holcomb. Kelly, how are you?
I'm good, George. How you doing?
I'm good.
You're looking nice today. Where'd you go speak?
It was a funeral.
Oh, you had a funeral. Oh,
yeah.
I've had my share of those. Man, it sucks.
Yes, you have, and more than your share. Did you get to watch any football this weekend?
I did. I watched a little bit of football. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I did.
We got a lot to talk about. Parker, how are you today?
George, I am fantastic. I've watched a grotesque amount of football this weekend, so I'm doing well. And Tennessee just beat Rutgers. So how about that?
Grotesque. Wow. Yeah, they played at, noon?
Yeah, and the Players Era Festival or whatever it's called out in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Native Mint looks like the real deal. I will say that.
So it's the Double Down Classic?
Sure. Whatever that means.
Double Down?
Double Down? Oh, doubling down on Native Mint?
You've never heard the term doubling down?
No, I have.
George will explain doubling down to you. He knows quite well what that is.
What it means is that you've got a 10 and the dealer has a 6, and you decide at that point you are doubling down. And you hope to goodness it works.
I guess I'm doubling down then.
Yeah. Okay, I'm guessing right now that Terry is ready.
I have heard from confirmation back at the station that we have Terry on the phone line.
Okay, let's check in with Terry McCormick. He, of course, Main Street Media and TitanInsider.com. Terry, how are you?
I'm doing well, George. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. So kind of tell me how they came out of the game injury-wise.
Okay.
George, can you hear me?
I think you're there. Go. Tell me how they came out injury-wise.
Question. Oh, how did they come out injury-wise? Well, there 3 guys that left the game or, had issues yesterday. Lloyd Cushenberry had a foot injury. Dan Moore, a knee injury. So that's 2 guys on the offensive line. And then the third guy, I'm trying to remember who the heck that was. Let's see. Gosh. Now I'm drawing a blank. But anyway, those 2 guys, part of the offensive line, they're still being evaluated as far as, what to do. Probably know more on Wednesday when the first injury report comes out, and we'll go from there.
And this Jacksonville team they're going to face has gotten a lot better.
Yeah, they have. They are what you call finding a way to win. They've played a lot of close games. They went to overtime yesterday with the Arizona Cardinals. Trevor Lawrence has actually not been that sharp. He's thrown 11 interceptions this year, including 3 yesterday, but he stepped up when they've needed it, and they've found a way to win. They're 7-4 right now, which I don't know that anybody would have thought that the Jacksonville Jaguars would be 7-4 and in the thick of the playoff race in Liam Cohen's first year.
No, I think Terry, he's surprised people with the job he has done there.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. I think, he came in as a reputation of kind of a quarterback whisperer, kind of a quarterback maker, but he has them playing good football in all aspects of the game right now. They've been able to survive, a couple of key injuries, Travis Hunter being the main one, having, been out now with a knee injury. And, obviously, he's a both offensive and defensive contributor for them.
Terry, I came away from yesterday a little more encouraged than most weeks. How about you?
Yeah, I think that, I think we saw yesterday probably for the first time, reasons why Cam Ward was made the first pick in the draft. I think you saw some playmaking ability, some resilience on his part, and I think that was his best game start to finish. Before yesterday, you'd see it on a drive here, or you'd see it for a quarter in Arizona, but you really hadn't seen much of it on display. Now, some of that's because the supporting cast around him leaves a lot to be desired, but yesterday was the first time that you felt like, hey, this kid's got something. There's something there to work with that he could be, a factor in the improvement of this ball club. And I think, George, I'm going to go out on a limb and say, I think what it was, I think, in some ways, the limitations of the offensive system and the limitations of the people around him has kind of handcuffed him. He does not look real comfortable running this offensive system, in my opinion. But when they got down by 20 points, they really had no choice but to kind of loosen the reins, let him drop back, run around and throw it a little bit, go for it on fourth down, those sorts of things. And that's really when he came alive and showed his playmaking ability.
Terry, I'm going to ask a smart aleck question, but it's more out of ignorance than anything. What is this system? I have no idea what this system is.
Well, it's supposed to be a quick, a lot of slants and a lot of, short routes that get the ball into playmakers' hands quickly and gets the ball out of the quarterback's hands quickly. Looks really good when Joe Burrow runs it and he's throwing it to Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Doesn't look so good when other people have run it, in other places over the last couple of years, namely Cam Ward this year and Will Levis last year. So I think if you've got the personnel to run it, looks great. But if you don't have the personnel to run it, it looks like what we've seen a lot of the last couple of years. And I think Cam Ward, outside of that structure, I think, he showed what he's capable of. And I think the next coach has to be somebody that will accentuate what Cam Ward does well and then build around that and then add on as he's ready to handle more.
Terry, well said. Appreciate it. We'll do it again tomorrow.
All right. Sounds good, George. See you.
That's Terry McCormick's Daily Titans Update. He, of course, Main Street Media and TitanInsider.com.
I have an update myself, sponsored by the Tennessee and Illinois basketball game Saturday, December 6th at Bridgestone Arena. Tickets are now on sale at Ticketmaster.com. So ESPN and the college football playoff have reached an agreement, and this isn't going to tell you much, that they push back the December 1st deadline in order to give themselves more time to decide on a format for the future playoff.
Let me do it that way. Kelly, there's part of me saying if you couldn't figure it out by now, what's the extra amount of time going to do? Unless what they're trying to do is go through this second playoff and see how it feels before they make the decision.
I got to give you a too, because I'm with you, George. Like, I guess that's what they're trying to do. They've got to make some revisions to this thing. We talk about it's too long. It takes too long to figure this out. You're going to have to start the season early. They're going to have to do something to get this going because it doesn't work right now. So it's just like everything else. They're giving themselves time, I guess. I don't know what they're doing. Who knows?
Time to play Hootie and the Blowfish. Time.
Yeah, and time to go have a drink in the hotel bar. So I don't know. Who
Wow.
knows?
Okay.
Why expand it all? I don't know.
Keep going.
Chip Kelly is out at OC for the Raiders a year after winning a national championship at Ohio State.
Yeah. First of all, I watched a lot of that yesterday. He was going to get Geno Smith killed. Geno Smith, I don't think, is the quarterback he was 2 years ago. It feels to me like he's lost some skills, some of it being the wheels. Cleveland has a great front four, Myles Garrett, and they just beat the hell out of him. And so after the game, Pete Carroll ended the deal.
Yeah, it's all about timing, George, in that league. It's all about, like, Mike Martz got Kurt Warner killed, but he also got him to the Hall of Fame. I had the offensive coordinator from Mike Martz's system come to Buffalo, and he told me one thing, and when he told me that, I tuned him out because Bruce and Tom Moore had taught me something different, and then the things that they were doing, they just get the quarterback killed, man. And Kurt Warner loved it because it was risky, and you threw the ball on time. It was all about timing, but if you can't, you can't protect that long in the National Football League, and that's what some of these guys. They just want guys to run around. Geno Smith is not that guy.
Former Titans defensive coordinator Shane Bowen is out as the defensive coordinator for the Giants. They just fired him today.
He wasn't all that good here, and he wasn't all that good up there.
He'll get another job somewhere, though. You can bet on that.
Listen, the one that has really done a job is Jim Schwartz in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Now, their offense sucks, but defensively, man, they are a handful.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett's on pace for 25.5 sacks.
It's ridiculous how good
That dude
he
is a freak.
And
Yeah.
Kelly, how frustrated must he be that all of this is being wasted?
Well, it's the same thing with Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas played his whole career there as the left tackle, and he never – it's got to be frustrating. It was frustrating for me. I don't understand why Cleveland – I remember when I went up there, too, and one of the guys that was in the front office, he was like, this is not Cincinnati. This is Cleveland. And I'm thinking to myself, you look back on what he said, and that is just unbelievable that he could say, like, Cincinnati's so much better of a team than they are at this point. But like Myles Garrett is one of them freakish guys. He's like a Javon Curse that is on a really every year bad team in Cleveland, which I hate because that's one of my former teams. And the people deserve something better, and they're just not going to get that.
He deserves better.
Yeah.
We had two coaches or two schools come out and say that their coaches will return in 2026. One of those being Florida State and Mike Norvell, the other being MTSU and Derek Mason.
On the first one, you wonder if Florida State sat there and said, all these other schools have got a head start on us. Are we going to get the guy? This feels like, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the phrase? Stay of execution?
He don't have a very long leash, though. I promise you that. If he starts off, he'll be one of the SEC guys that got fired this year in season.
Yeah. The Derek Mason thing at middle, they better show some serious improvement early next year. The fan base has deteriorated to virtually nothing, and I'm certainly not blaming all of that on Derek Mason, but this football team's not very good in spite of the win Saturday. They're just not very good.
And they're all his guys, too. That's the whole deal, George. Like that, he brought in 70-something players, I think. So no excuse. I mean, you have to. In this day of the transfer portal, you're going to bring new kids in. You got to mold them into a team, and they've got 2 wins on the season. They didn't have a very hard schedule either. Now,
No, they didn't.
You want to hear a
No.
name that you probably haven't heard in a while? Art Briles. He's back in the coaching world. He's back coaching in the United States at Division II Eastern New Mexico.
Wow.
Art Briles. Wow, that is a blast from the past.
I thought you were going to say Pat Fitzgerald. And by the way,
No.
don't be shocked when Pat Fitzgerald gets one of these jobs that's open.
He'll be back very, very soon.
That's what I think.
I got 2 things left. Shedeur Sanders won his NFL debut yesterday. He actually became the first Cleveland quarterback to win his NFL debut since Eric Zier. Is that right?
Eric Zier was
Zier?
Georgia's
Eric Zier.
quarterback.
In
Eric
19
Zier
Georgia.
was here.
Yeah, 1995.
So,
Oh, wow.
Kelly, did you win your Cleveland debut?
Obviously, I didn't. I mean, that was I'm thinking. I think it was against the Colts, and it was we had a barn burner. It was we had an explosive type game. It was 9-6.
Wow.
Congratulations on getting the offense moving.
Golly.
Sanders was the 42nd quarterback to start for the Browns since 1999.
42.
And
If
I'm in
you
that.
can
And I'm in
name-
that group.
If you
I
can
was about to
name
say-
20 of them, you deserve a Browns season ticket.
Which is worth almost as much as a bag of Doritos. So
Baker Mayfield,
I think I could name 20 of them.
Shedeur,
Deshaun Kaiser, Joe Flacco,
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
How did that one work out?
myself,
Kelly
Tim Couch,
Holcomb.
Ty Detmer, Spurgeon Wynn,
Diego
Cal.
Pavia. Wow.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, this is going to blow your mind. This was probably the game of the day on Saturday, but Kansas State lost to Utah 51-47 on Saturday. Kansas State had runs of 44, 37, 66, 33, 58, 80, and 33 and still lost.
And to be honest, that was bad for Vandy.
Very bad.
They needed to get Utah out of there.
Very bad.
And K-State at one point looked like they had them. K-State, I want to say this right. I believe I'm right that there was an extra point. Was it an extra point blocked that was returned? 2-point conversion?
I don't remember that. That may have happened.
There are 2 points that were scored somewhere. I don't know if it was a rouge or what it was.
I'll find it. I'll
Yeah.
find it.
I just saw the highlights, and I was wondering where that young quarterback for Kansas State was
Avery
throwing
Johnson.
that ball at the end of the game. Do you know, Parker? Did you see that? He threw it right to the defensive guy. Like it looked like he had money on the game, and I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
Uh-oh.
Now
That's the last thing we
be
need.
careful. We're not.
I
we're not
know.
going there.
I understand that. I'm just saying. Like I don't know. I told when Jameson and I were sitting there watching the game, I'm like, who is he throwing the ball to?
We're
it
not
looks
going
like
there.
he might have been colorblind with the jerseys, and he thought maybe that was his receiver. I don't know.
We're not going there.
Uh-oh. Golly.
Parker, is your update done?
My update has come to
Yeah.
an end.
I didn't think it was all that good.
Oh, thanks, George.
You're
I thought
welcome.
I thought it had some meat on the bone. Art Briles, are
I
you
thought it was
kidding me?
excellent, Parker. I thought it was excellent.
All my updates are borderline excellent, okay? That one that had Art Briles in there. Are you kidding me?
Borderline excellent.
Are you kidding me? Art Briles, a flash from the past.
After that, we will go to the break.
Unbelievable.
This is the George Plaster Show. Get ready.
When I got my first car, my dad told me, keep the gas tank full and my number on speed dial. Now parents are telling their kids, save 615-242-9000 just in case. I'm Blair Durham. If you or someone you love is in a wreck, call us. We're here to get you the money you deserve.
A go-kart from Mikey's Motors is the perfect way to get around this summer. Whether you're going to the park, the pool, or the playground, do it in a brand new golf cart from Mikey's Motors, Franklin and Murfreesboro.
Summertime fun in Tennessee. That's what we sell at Mikey's Motors. Come see how we roll.
It's easy to say good things about the folks at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers. Number one, I trust them with something that's near and dear to me, the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night. But more importantly, I see the fun people have. They enjoy the bowling. They enjoy the camaraderie, and you will too. Come by any of their locations and get ready to have some fun. Attention, Big Orange Country. Tennessee and Illinois will square off Saturday, December the 6th at Bridgestone Arena. This is the rematch of a great college basketball game last season in Champaign that went right to the wire. And this one figures to be more of the same. Tickets are on sale now. You can grab your seats by going to Ticketmaster.com. That's Ticketmaster.com. Tennessee, Illinois. It's big time.
At Wilson Bank and Trust, we believe you shouldn't have to choose between personal service and digital solutions. As your local independent bank, we're proud to offer the relationships and trusted service you expect, along with the tools and technology that keep you moving forward. So whether you're growing a business, buying a home, or planning for the future, we're here to help. Because this isn't just where we work, it's where we live too. Wilson Bank and Trust, here to get you there. Member FDIC.
Worst of all, frozen. That pot's gonna come off.
Are you looking for expert medical care in Nashville without leaving your home? Medical House Calls brings concierge-level health care directly to your door. Whether you need urgent attention, ongoing primary care, revitalizing IV therapy, or medically guided weight loss, our experienced providers are just a phone call away at 615-838-2375 or go online, medicalhousecalls.com. Housecalls.com.
ESPN Radio lives here. Your sports live here on ESPN 94.9 The Fan.
We are back. Yesterday had a little different feel, even if the results were still an L. Titans lose to a really good Seattle team, 30-24. Would you all agree it left you a little more positive stuff than what we've seen over the last 3 months?
I'll totally agree with that, George. I don't know why you doubt me. I've told you that I think this is the guy. I really do. I'm not. If they can get some guys around him, I like the young guys. I mean, they're starting to involve. Of course, Calvin Ridley's out. Some of the older guys. It's bad that Ayomaner's out. Because he's a young guy as well. But like Chim DK, Gunnar Helms. The Restrepo kid came in there and did some things. The Prochet kid got his first catch. I don't know if these guys, but like the Restrepo kid obviously played with Cam Ward in Miami, so we feel some comfortability, I guess is the word you say with him.
Is that a word?
I don't even know if that's a word, but I know that he feels comfortable with him and he knows what he's going to do, and that's a lot of. We can call these plays, but sometimes when you're off rhythm and you get out of sequence when you're going, he knows what Restrepo is going to do, and he's starting to figure out what these other guys are going to do. But I am really a Cam Ward fan. I think the kid's going to be really good. I do, and I think what the younger guys are showing on this team right now is they can build something from this. And I thought they played. He still holds the ball a little too long, but he doesn't have much help up front. He really doesn't. And I like, obviously DK gave him the big punt return, and he was able to score a touchdown on that. But I just like the way things are going, and I'm with you, George. I saw a lot of positives yesterday, and I think you can start building on that. I think it gives – I've always had confidence because I know how – much of a struggle it is in the National Football League when you're a rookie quarterback, you're a young guy, and you're trying to learn your way, and you're not on a very good team. He hasn't lost his confidence. You can tell he's still confident in himself, and he's still moving the team forward. Yesterday to start the game, they had that I don't know how many play drive that they had to begin with, but they were getting early in the game, third and manageable situations. And then they started getting back in those third and longs again, third and long. Well, you just cannot live like that and win ball games. But the good thing about it was they got down and they did not quit. You see a lot of National Football League teams in this situation right now give up because they're just not very good, and they know that they're probably not going to win the game, but they're not giving up right now, and I think that's a plus.
Okay, let's do this first. Let's show somebody something positive. For those of you who are watching by way of podcast form, we're going to show you Chim Dike's 90-yard punt return, his second of the year. And, I don't pretend to know what makes a good punt returner as opposed to one that's not any good. Pac-Man Jones, in spite of all the trouble that he caused here, clearly had that skill. And Kelly, it sure looks like this kid does.
It really does. When you have 2 in a year, George, that's something. There, some guys are just able to do that. We had a guy when I was in Indianapolis, Terrence Wilkins, and he was one of those guys. He was an undrafted guy, but he could set guys up. I thought DK did a really good job because it went to the left side of the field. So now you know that you got the punt team covering to the left side of the field. Then he had to go to the right a little bit, but then he set guys up and he went straight ahead. Well, that brings everybody even closer to the sideline. And then he was able to, he's got the speed and he's got the maneuverability to get back outside, and he had some blockers, and it was just one of those things that happened, George, where he had enough blockers out there. And but there's something to guys, and he don't know why he does it. We don't know why he does it either. There's just guys that have that knack of being able to set guys up and see things. And the good thing about punt and kick returners is they don't go sideways. They go upfield and they hit a hole, and I think that's what DK does. Now, he obviously went sideways then, but he's just got that gift, that God-given gift that not many people have, and he understands how to set people up and how to set his blocks up, and he's got the speed to get around people.
And I thought the blocking was incredible, Kelly. I mean, Chim Dike is obviously going to get a lot of credit, and he should, because the last time the Titans returned a punt for a touchdown before he got to Nashville was 2012, and that was Darius Raynon. And Chim Dike has done it twice in one season, or should I say his first 11 games in the NFL. Should have had 3, but that one got called back because of a flag. But he's been a revelation. But also, you really start to see Bones Fossil and how much he's been able to improve this special teams unit, because the blocking was just perfect on the punt return.
Well, all I can say is this: I haven't had to hear George every time we get on the air talk about the special teams, because you cannot believe this, Parker, but last year he belabored that point every week. So
that doesn't sound like George Kelly.
That something's going on special teams wise.
Are we showing the punt return?
I'm ready whenever you call for it.
Did we not call for it about a minute and a half ago?
Well, you said we were going to show it. Are you ready for it?
Well, what would that mean?
Context clues there, Parker.
I'm ready.
Get with
All
it.
right. I'm just going to play it now.
Thanks. We've been waiting on it.
Dixon. DK. Backpedaling. Great pump by Dixon all the way to the 12. DK trying to get to the outside. He does. He's got a wall of blockers. DK to midfield and beyond. All the way down the sidelines. DK will take it to the house. Touchdown, Tennessee. A special teams play from 90 yards for 6.
That's a buddy of mine.
Yeah, we've seen
Kevin
a couple of these
Kugler
where
on the call.
Yeah, and sometimes the punter actually out kicks his coverage too. And sometimes when you get a big punt like that and your returner has to go back, it doesn't give those guys who are really speedy. They can run. That's a prerequisite of going into the National Football League. You have to be able to run, but sometimes the kick is so long that they can't get down there and they can't surround him. And normally when you go backwards like that, it scares me, because some guys can't do the old Willie Mays catch. Some guys can, some guys can't. But he was able to do that yesterday, and he's really he's dynamic and able to use his speed and set guys up and use his blocks. And Parker's right. I mean, that was excellent blocking, and I think is his nickname Bones? Is that what they call him? John
Bones
Fossil?
Fossil.
Bones?
Yep.
Bones Fossil. Yeah,
When you have a nickname like that, you know you're the real deal.
Yeah, he has made a huge difference on this special teams. He really has.
Okay, so we're showing you positives and negatives. And to me, and I want to get y'all's reaction to this, I believe, although I have no proof of it, that for about 2 months, Cam Ward very stubbornly said, I am not going to use the wheels. I'm going to show you that I'm a pocket passer. I'm going to show you that I can do all this stuff. Well, the problem with that is at some point, if you got wheels, this league is so hard and so competitive that at some point you got to use what you can. And finally, somebody drummed that into his head. And since he's been willing to move around a little bit, I think it's made all the difference in the world.
Well, once they get him some help up front, George, I think he'll be able to do that. But this year calls for him being able to make plays with his feet. He can do that. And that's really, you said it right, George. That's really what this league is about. When you've got, Myles Garrett, you got these guys rushing you like the Aaron Donalds of the world, who obviously retired and had something last night in L.A. But like when you got guys that can rush the passer like these guys can nowadays, you don't get to sit in the pocket like the Joe Montanas and myself and, Peytons of the world. You have to be able to move a little bit. And I'm not saying he's not going to be able to sit in the pocket in the future when you get some better offensive linemen around him. But all this league is about winning, George. And right now, his offensive line is not good enough to hold up each and every play where he can just sit back there nicely in the pocket and facilitate the ball to everybody. So even Terry said that a month and a half ago, and I was the same thing. I watched a couple of games, and I'm like, he's got to be able to use his wheels because he's a big, thick guy, and I don't think he gets injured. I think he's very good about that. I think he's very good about protecting himself, but he's a big dude. He's thick, and he can use his wheels, and this league is about ultimately winning games, and if that's what it calls for and him getting first downs with his feet, man, I'm all about it because I think that's why you saw a little bit of positive yesterday, and I think that's why everybody's feeling positive about the future now is because they were able to move the ball, and a lot of that was because of his legs.
He's been doing what we've called for him to do, Kelly. He usually runs to throw, but sometimes it's better just to take off and get the first down. There was one instance, though, I will point this out, where he had kind of like a little flip to Julius Chestnut. And basically, if he just would have taken off and run, he would probably have gotten further than Julius Chestnut could have. But he did it more. So I think that is the marginal improvement that we're starting to see in Cam Ward, that people like us were hoping that he would use his legs more often.
That's what this league, George, that's what this league demands, though. You look at Sean McVay and what they're doing with an older quarterback in Matthew Stafford. I mean, they move him around all the time. I mean, he does set up in the pocket some, but he's throwing nakeds. He's sprinting out. They're moving the pocket for him because it's so hard to block these defensive ends that have gotten so big, so strong, so fast, and they can get to the quarterback really fast. So I think, Sean McVay does a really good job of moving Matthew Stafford around with nakeds, with things like that, and man, they're unstoppable right now.
So we've mentioned Chim DK. The third point that I brought up may feel like misery likes company, but the Titans clearly are the worst team in the National Football League, and now so are the Preds in the NHL. They are dead last in points at this moment as they get ready to play tonight. Now, I love Barry Trotz, but this poppycock he's putting out there about the staff is working hard, who gives a damn? This is result business. Okay, these people are paid and paid really well to work hard. In 35 years as a sports talk show host, I have only accused one coach of not working hard, and that's Jerry Stackhouse, who was way more interested in his golf game than he was in Vanderbilt basketball. And I think Mark Byington, with each passing day, is proving it didn't have to be this bad. But my point to all this is this. You have to give people hope. And when you hear the general manager of your team come up with nothing better than the coaching staff is working hard, that's a given. That's not something that needs to be applauded. That's supposed to be a given. That's why they are paid very, very well. I'm a season ticket holder, and I'll admit, I want to hear something better out of my GM than the coaching staff is working hard. I don't give a damn. That is supposed to happen.
Talk to him, George.
I am talking.
Talk to him.
I'm fed up with it. I'm a season ticket holder. I go every time I can. And when you play 41 of these a year and you're not competitive and you expect us to be okay with it a second year in a row, I'm not okay with it. We're at Thanksgiving and this team's eliminated. They got no chance of anything. But the coaching staff is working hard, and I'm supposed to be okay with that.
George, are they as bad as they were last year? Or
They're worse.
Oh,
worse.
Oh.
Wow.
They are worse. And I never thought I would say that. They're worse.
They are worse. I didn't realize they were dead last in NHL in points.
Now, let me get to the negatives on the Titans now that I've had this little rant. Penalties. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, shouldn't an interim staff in this case be able to walk in and say, okay, one thing we're going to do differently, the penalties are going to stop. We're not going to put up with it. Well, this group's putting up with it. 10 of them.
Well, that's what Bill Belichick demands, and that's what Mike Vrabel demanded when he was here. You cannot beat yourself with penalties. How many do we know, Parker? How many was on the offensive line? Did they have a majority on the offensive line again?
If I had to guess, 6 or 7.
Oh wow, that kind of shows you where they are as a team, though, George.
Gosh, I just did the 6, 7 on. Oh my bad. Sorry, guys. Do you all know what that is?
No, you're going to tell us.
The 6, 7 meme that's going around, or whatever it is.
You're going to tell us.
Okay.
No, tell us.
I have to demonstrate. It's
God.
6, 7. I just did it on accident. It's every time someone says the number 6, 7 together, everyone just six. It's a thing. Vanderbilt does it. The men's basketball team, when they score their 67th point, everybody in the stadium just goes 6, 7.
Really?
Oh gosh, it is.
What are we doing here? What is this about?
It's stupid.
Can we go to a break?
Well, I mean, I'd love to go to a break.
By the way, the next time you hear a GM tell you the reason for keeping a coach is because they work hard, that's what they're supposed to do. That's what they're paid damn good money to do. Give me something better than that. This is the George Plaster Show.
When I got my first car, my dad told me, keep the gas tank full and my number on speed dial. Now parents are telling their kids, save 615-242-9000 just in case. I'm Blair Durham. If you or someone you love is in a wreck, call us. We're here to get you the money you deserve.
Smashville hockey. Around here, it can sound like a language of its own. But hey, if you can pronounce Demumbrian, then names like Yossi, Shea, Marchessault will roll right off the tongue. Nashville Predators, only in Smashville.
Sports and Social at Green Hills Mall is the new home for our Football Night in Nashville promotion. Their food is terrific. Their TV setup looks like a racing sports book in Vegas. And if you're a sports fan, you can't beat it. Starting September the 4th, we'll broadcast from Sports and Social every Thursday night. There's Pop-A-Shot, great football, and the chance to win a beautiful Mikey's Motors golf cart. See you at Sports and Social in Green Hills Mall. Attention, Big Orange Country. Tennessee and Illinois will square off Saturday, December the 6th at Bridgestone Arena. This is the rematch of a great college basketball game last season in Champaign that went right to the wire. And this one figures to be more of the same. Tickets are on sale now. You can grab your seats by going to Ticketmaster.com. That's Ticketmaster.com. Tennessee, Illinois. It's big time. Here's Officer Garen Hoskins for the Metro Nashville Police Department.
The Metro Nashville Police Department is on the forefront of policing in this century, and I'm glad I'm a part of it. I'm glad I get to find other good officers, other future good officers. And if you're watching today, or you yourself or someone you happen to know is interested, join MNPD.com. Feel free to reach out to us because we need good officers, and it's a great city to work for.
And has always had this dream, and we're very glad to have them. That's just going to be the start of many.
If you want to be part of the Plaster Show advertising family, it's simple. Just email me, plastergeorge@gmail.com. Again, plastergeorge@gmail.com. We will fit your budget and your needs.
It's the George Plaster Show. Your sports live here on 94.9 The Fan.
Okay, we are now, Kelly, going to unveil one person's college football 12.
Oh, I know.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
I can take it back over if you want me to, George. You want me to do it next week?
No, that's okay. I'm very capable of doing it, and
I know you are. I know you are.
And I'm doing a very good job with it. Although I did sort of wimp out on one of them. I'll explain. So the first four speak for themselves. And until one of them loses, again, this is the way it's going to be. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, and Georgia. And for now, those are the four, for now, that would get the first round bye. In my warped sense of what's going to happen, I believe that North Texas is going to be the group of five. Some people believe that in looking at other polls. Some do not. I'd say it's about 50-50. Some have got Tulane. I think it will be North Texas. And whoever the 12 is, they will go to Texas Tech to take their beating.
Correct.
Okay. 11, I just simply put as ACC. After Georgia Tech lost Saturday night, nobody knows who's going to end up out of the ACC. So the ACC, I feel pretty confident, will be the 11. And they will go to Ole Miss under some interim coach somewhere.
Oh, wow. You really think so?
Do you?
It seems like that's going to happen, George. It really does, in my opinion.
I feel bad for those kids because they ought to be able to really celebrate the concept that Ole Miss football has reached a point to get here. And instead, that isn't the focus at all.
Trinidad Chambliss put something out on Twitter today that said they're unbothered by anything and are fully trusting Coach Kiffin's leadership to keep us moving towards our goals.
I'll call BS. That's a bunch of bull. If you don't think that they aren't in somebody's apartment using some choice words on him, they are. Right, Kelly?
He cares. I don't know if he cares, George.
Right, and I think that might be what really pisses the players off.
I don't know how Lane
they
Kiffin
know he
does
doesn't.
that.
They know he doesn't care.
How he just does not care. It's tough.
I mean,
Anyway.
it's all about him.
ACC goes to Ole Miss. 11 goes to 6. I have Alabama as a 10 going to Oregon, which is a number 7. I can promise you that if that matchup comes about, that will be either the Friday night or the Saturday night game. I can also promise you that if North Texas is in the playoff, they will not be a primetime game.
George, why are you such a hater on the 12?
I'm not a hater.
I'm a hater. I'm a hater on it. So I watched James Madison play Washington State on Saturday. They squeaked one out by 4 points. And they, as of right now, have the best chance to make it out of the group of 5, them in North Texas. Doesn't my group of 5 playoff idea sound so much better right now than forcing them into the 12-team playoff?
What is your group of 5? Have I heard it?
Oh, actually, I don't know if you have. So I have this idea of creating a separate group of 5 playoff instead of forcing a group of 5 into the 12-team to give them a chance at actually winning something legit, because they're not going to win a national title with Ohio State, Indiana, and all of them.
I'm good with that.
It's a much harder road to hoe than it would be for one of the little guys to win a game in the NCAA basketball tournament. Agree?
Agree.
Yep.
It's different. It's totally
100%.
different.
The 8-9 that I have is Notre Dame going to Oklahoma. Now, there may be others that flip-flop it, but if those two were to meet, that game will be in prime time. In fact, if Notre Dame were to play North Texas, it'd probably be in prime time.
Are you saying there's a bias toward Notre Dame, George?
Yes. Oh, I absolutely am.
Okay. All right.
So, what I've put out there, any big problem?
No.
I actually agree with your top 8 entirely. I just would flip Alabama, Notre Dame.
Okay.
Yeah, it really doesn't
And
matter.
I have no idea who's going to win the ACC. I think it's going to be SMU, Pitt, and Virginia are all tied atop the league standings. So that's my best guess.
How do you lay an egg? Georgia Tech was kind of trending down anyway, George, and I know we all know how you're a big Haynes King fan, but like they've been trending down, but like you've got everything to play for, and Pittsburgh was ready to play. That young quarterback they got's not bad. Is he the one that transferred from Alabama?
Is it Menschel? Is that how you say his name?
I don't know the guy from Pitt, the one that started.
No, I know who
that's
you're talking
Holstein.
about. No, Holstein's the one that's been.
I know
benched.
Holstein's the one that transferred from Alabama.
From
That's
Alabama.
Okay, he's the one.
About.
Okay, yeah.
Mason
I got you. But
Heinzel is a true freshman. Yeah,
Thank you.
true freshman.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, no, he's really good. He's a good player, and those guys were juiced up, ready to play the other night. And he stepped up to the licking block, as Coach Donnelly used to say. And for me, like you've got everything to play for if you're Georgia Tech. It's been how many years since they've been in the ACC championship game? Like over a decade, or maybe 16 years or something like that. And like for you to lay an egg like you laid the other night, that wasn't very good.
Kelly, because I watched it, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
First of all, their defense has been leaking oil for about a month.
Seriously.
And you knew at some point that was going to be a problem. What really happened is Pittsburgh came in here absolutely pumped because they've been hearing it for a week that they sucked against Notre Dame, and they did. They really were not competitive at all. And, we all tried to put Pitt in the category of, they might give Notre Dame a scare. Well, they didn't. No. And I suspect they'd been hearing that for about a week. And they came in, and poor Haynes King, he had people in his face in that first quarter, made a couple of really bad throws that cost them. Not going to get invited to to New York, but I know a quarterback that is.
And if he doesn't, it's a crime.
It's a crime. Let me ask y'all another question about this, George, because did you went to your alma mater's game the other day, correct?
I did.
Well, okay, so they played really well. I mean, like we know Kentucky was kind of trending up too. They were playing better, but like for that young man to throw for over 400 yards on his senior day looked really impressive, and we've all talked about that. But if they go into Knoxville and the way that UT looked, now we all know Florida's bad, but still they're playing at home in the swamp where UT has struggled mightily for 2 decades. If Vanderbilt goes up to Knoxville and they play well and they beat UT at UT, do you think that gives them more of a chance, or do you think they're automatically out now?
Well, okay. Here are the kind of things that have to happen. You ready?
Yeah. Yep.
It feels to me like they would need Auburn at home to beat Alabama, right?
Okay. Which is not a far-fetched deal now. It's doesn't matter how Auburn is. That's always a tough game for Alabama at Auburn.
Feels like LSU might have to go to Oklahoma and win, because see, I think right now, Kelly, I think when the poll comes out tomorrow, do we really think they'll be any better than 14?
Probably not.
Nope. I don't think so.
But this is where a case too, George, and I'm sorry, but this is where a case too is, Parker just brought up the group of 5. Like, is North Texas more, or is Tulane more deserving than a Vanderbilt? Probably not.
No, but look, that promise was made.
Yeah.
That sort of has to be kept.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If and when this goes down, first of all, we don't know what's going to go on in Knoxville. Tennessee, by the way, opens as a 3-point favorite over Vandy. It's been a while since the line has been that close. But here's the thing. Let's say Vandy were to win, and then as a 2-loss SEC team gets kept out. This will give Sankey a lot more of the ammunition of going to 16.
16,
now, whether he really is all that concerned about Vandy, or is he more concerned about the SEC? If he had it his way, all 16 teams would probably come from the SEC.
And Texas is still...
No, Texas.
Texas would get in a 16-team playoff. They'd get in a 16-team playoff, them and Vandy. So you're right. I think this would give Greg Sankey more ammunition.
Although I wonder, because of the way they got beat at Georgia.
Which is, I don't know.
Well, look. So here's where we are right now. It's going to take Kelly a lot of help.
Right.
And I don't think that help is coming.
You may be right. I don't know. They obviously, go down to Texas and they played them well. They didn't get going till the end of the game, and they almost came back. So if they win that game, there's no question they're in. But yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
Parker, can we go ahead? I may be making a mistake to do this at this time, and in fact, I probably am. We'll save it till the 4:00 hour.
Okay.
But if they were to be a 2-loss team and not get in, it will allow the SEC a huge amount of bickering and yelling. And look, when they didn't get K-State to knock off Utah, when they had them dead and buried, and when they weren't able to get Cincinnati to play more competitive against BYU, I honestly thought Cincinnati would win that game. And the truth of it is they really weren't all that close. It feels to me like BYU is ahead of them. Utah is probably going to be ranked ahead of them.
Yeah.
And they're going to come in either 13 or 14. They're going to need a lot of help.
I agree. And that sucks too for them.
By the way, the game Saturday ought to be really interesting.
George, are you going to be there?
I don't know.
I'm considering going as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, I would assume...
I think y'all ought to ride together.
I agree. You want to come with, Kelly?
No, absolutely not. There's no place that I would not rather be in my life than with you two clowns.
Boring.
I would assume with your VFL status that you would be able to get yourself great seats.
I'm going to try.
Really?
May even get
You're
on.
going to call Danny White?
I have a couple connections.
Is that so?
That makes
Okay.
Parker, you make me want to vomit in my mouth with that garbage. It's awful.
Kelly, I missed you. I missed you, Kelly.
Okay,
Gosh.
hour number 1 is basically done. When we come back, some things are going to come out of my mouth that you won't believe that you're going to hear. You won't believe it.
Really?
Yeah, but it's going to happen.
I'm looking forward.
Then we will open up the phone lines.
I got my seatbelt on.
Right around 4:20 to get into a Monday full of some great reaction. Let's just call it that. Okay, 4 o'clock hour is coming up next. This is the George Plaster Show. If you are paying too much for your health insurance, you know what? You need to contact the folks at Pancoast Benefits. Pancoast works with businesses and individuals to tackle the high cost of health insurance. Whether you're a business owner, large or small, self-employed, between jobs, or over the age of 65 and in need of a Medicare plan, Pancoast can help. They make understanding your benefits less difficult and more personal. So check them out today, pancoastbenefits.com, or call them at 615-292-3400. Venture Express has been helping people in this area for more than 40 years. They're headquartered in Murfreesboro with over 30 years of dedicated fleets involving production, manufacturing, and corrugated experiences. They're an asset-based company with over 700 tractors, 4,000 trailers, and 800 drivers. If you need their help, dial them up 615-793-9500 or log on to ventureexpress.com. You've heard me talk about the putting zone. Well, guess what? It's now open, and it offers a revolutionary indoor golf experience featuring state-of-the-art putting surfaces designed to replicate real-world course conditions. It allows players of all skill levels to practice, compete in tournaments, and connect year-round. Go by and see them at 3040 Sidco Drive and tell them Plaz sent you. .com. You've heard me talk about the putting zone. Well, guess what? It's now open, and it offers a revolutionary indoor golf experience featuring state-of-the-art putting surfaces designed to replicate real-world course conditions. It allows players of all skill levels to practice, compete in tournaments, and connect year-round. Go by and see them at 3040 Sidco Drive and tell them Plaz sent you. Here's David Levy of Levy's Men's and Women's Wear in Green Hills.
George, Levy's holiday collection is packed with bold looks, cozy favorites, and gifts that will make you and your loved ones smile. Come visit us at Levy's and let us help you celebrate the holidays in a relaxed, friendly atmosphere with plenty of front door parking, free gift wrap, and we are surprisingly affordable. Levy's, 3900 Hillsborough Pike, across from Virtus and behind Donut Den.
The perfect gift, lavish and luxurious, yet affordable, breathtaking and joy-inspiring, yet simple for you. The gift card from A Moment's Peace. A spa day she customizes exactly the way she wants. Give her the gift she won't buy herself. An escape, a bit of luxury, something special that shows how much you care. A gift card from A Moment's Peace Salon and Day Spa. Call 615-224-0770 or go online at amomentspeace.com.
Throughout the country, buried pipelines are indicated by a pipeline right-of-way. A long, wide stretch of grass cleared of trees and marked with signs.
Here's David Levy of Levy's Men's and Women's Wear in Green Hills.
George, Levy's holiday collection is packed with bold looks, cozy favorites, and gifts that will make you and your loved ones smile. Come visit us at Levy's and let us help you celebrate the holidays in a relaxed, friendly atmosphere with plenty of front door parking, free gift wrap, and we are surprisingly affordable. Levy's, 3900 Hillsborough Pike, across from Virtus and behind Donut Den.
Help find a new or used vehicle that fits your family and your budget. Whether you need an SUV for the soccer team or a truck for the trailer, we're here to help and give you another reason to be thankful for this season. Change your experience at Newton Chevrolet of Russellville.com.
Your sports live here. WBUZ HD3 Laverne. All around the world on the Game Nashville app. We are the Game Nashville Sports Network. ESPN 94.9. The Fan. A Cromwell media station.
It's the George Plaster Show. Your sports live here on 94.9 The Fan.
Time for our stat of the day, brought to you by Apple Collision Center. Jahmyr Gibbs had the second most scrimmage yards by a Lions player in a game. Who was number one?
Okay, Kelly, the obvious suspects
is Barry Sanders.
Well, how about Calvin Johnson?
Mm.
How about the Megatron? A Georgia Tech alum.
I mean, I would think it's either one of those two. Would you not?
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. Before that, the Oklahoma running back Billy Sims would be the third that I would throw in there.
Right.
It's got to be one of those three. You ready to find out?
I'm good with it.
Parker?
How about the Yellow Jackets? Go Georgia Tech.
Wow, George.
329.
Nice.
What a stud. You know, it was interesting last night on the Sunday night game watching Matthew Stafford break down 5 or 6 great players he's played with. And, man, he had some nice things to say about old Megatron. Anyway, we welcome all of you officially into the 4 o'clock hour, and you're about to hear something that you never dreamed you would hear from me. Kelly?
I'm excited here. Let's go.
Over the years in the sports talk world, I have been a real critic of Vanderbilt marketing and promotions. I don't guess that comes as a this just in. And I can remember 30 years ago ripping on them for the fact that they spent no money, they had no commercials going anywhere, and I'll never forget the person that was the marketing and promotions director at the time asked me to go to lunch and says to me at lunch, everything you've said on the air is true. I just don't have any money to work with. You know who that was?
Tell us.
The current head of the college football playoff system, Hunter Yurachek.
Really?
Whoa.
Oh,
wow.
Okay, so here's where I'm going. Yeah, Diego Pavia has made all the difference in the world. There is no doubt about it. This guy is a stud. And anything short of him being invited to the Heisman Trophy ceremony would be uncivilized, to quote a deodorant commercial. It just would be. Now, I'm not saying he should win it, but I am saying he ought to be close, and he absolutely has to be invited. Here's what's been going on, though, Kelly. Their marketing and promotion staff, through a series of moves that have basically turned Vanderbilt Stadium into a raucous environment. I never thought I would say that. It's really been amazing to watch this year. One of the things they have done is they have taken great music, great stuff, and get the crowd into it. I'm going to show you an example if you're watching by way of podcast. Here goes. Kelly, I never dreamed that stadium could ever look and sound like that.
That's pretty amazing. It's pretty cool too, and it also helps that you've got a product on the field that people are proud of, the community's proud of, and they're winning ball games. So that helps. It's always easy to market when something is successful, and
Yeah, winning is the promotion.
There's no question. There's absolutely no question. But it's fun to see that. It's fun to see Nashville get that. It's fun to see Clark Lee in that situation because I think he's done a remarkable job. And I know that and I've said this many times, George, I know that Diego Pavia is the catalyst for what has happened. But you can make an argument that the two guys he brought with him, those coaches, have made just as big a difference as Diego Pavia, if not more, with what they've implemented in that offense. That offense is hard to stop. And I'm just interested to see who's going to be the next guy after Diego Pavia to keep it going, to keep it rolling. And if they can keep it rolling, I think they can. I think he's already shown, because it's a great city to, like, if you're a college athlete, it's a great city to come to. It's the music capital. It's the country music capital of the world. There's so many things going on. I told my daughter that when she went to Lipscomb. I said, "You're 8 minutes from downtown, girl. Go enjoy yourself, have fun." And that's a huge marketing, a huge recruiting tool for Clark Lee and those guys. And now they're winning. I think they can sustain this.
So let me ask this question. Do either one of you think he's going to win that award?
I don't think he will. I think Fernando Mendoza is.
That's what I think.
But he should be one of the 3-4 finalists.
I agree, man. I think it's the most important guy to the team. He should be up there. I just think I said it earlier in the year, man. That Fernando Mendoza kid is really good. He's a true, pocket guy. He can get out and run a little bit when he has to, but like he makes decisions. They're teaching him, and they're doing the same thing with Diego. Diego just does it a little bit differently. He fits this offense. He molds into this offense, but he should be there, and he should be in the top. I think he should be in the top 4 myself. I hope that he commands that kind of respect for what he's done here at Vanderbilt.
If he were the starting quarterback at Oklahoma, would he win the award?
If he's played like he's played now?
Yeah.
Oh, 100, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
That's a good question. I like this year, though, I just think the Mendoza kid is that guy. I don't know, though, George. You may be right. I mean, that's a good question because that place has had a number of Heisman Trophy winners, and they're a blue blood organization, a blue blood program. And yeah, I think he would get more of consideration if he went to a school like that. I just think this year it's the Mendoza kid if he keeps playing well.
Okay, on to Tennessee, Florida for a second. I saw some of it. I was kind of going back and forth, maybe with a game in Atlanta. Was Tennessee that good or did Florida just not give a damn?
I don't think Florida didn't care. I mean, they had to have cared, right? It's a rivalry game. I think Tennessee just came out and boat raced them, and that was all they needed. I do think Tennessee let their foot off a lot of the gas in the second half because they didn't score.
Right. It was an inter-squad scrimmage in the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the deal, Parker. Like, when it's human nature. When you're up 31-0 at halftime on the team that is considered one of your arch rivals, and you go to their place where you haven't won, and like, it's hard to keep the momentum going. Like, you want to squash them, but the game's over. The game's over. You just can't. It's hard to keep the intensity of that up. It truly is, and it's amazing how far. Like, even when Felipe Franks was the quarterback years ago and they had that Hail Mary against Tennessee in Neyland Stadium, like, UT has struggled mightily against Florida for 20 years. And it doesn't matter how good Florida is or how bad Florida is, they usually always beat UT. And that was kind of eye-opening for me. I text Doring today. He never got back with me, but I'm like, they've got talent on that Florida team, but Kirk Herbstreit talked about it on the broadcast. Mm-hmm. It's kind of the way that their season's gone. Like, they'll get a big play and somebody will cover somebody up on the line of scrimmage and they'll have too many guys in the backfield, or, you know, he'll be ineligible down, or they'll have a holding pin. Like, it's things like that. So there's obviously a lot of it's coaching. I don't know, but they've got too many good, talented players down there. But I thought Tennessee came and hit them in the mouth the other day, but it didn't look to me like Florida was that interested, just to me.
Here's why I'm asking that. If you saw their game at Ole Miss the week before, Florida emptied the tanks. They did everything humanly possible to beat Ole Miss, and dadgum near did it. That was the team that wanted to win that night. The one Saturday, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Tennessee, I just thought Florida put a postage stamp on it and mailed it in.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seemed like to me early in the game. I'm like, I cannot believe this is happening. This is really bad. They had no answers. I don't even know if they wanted the answers. It just looked like that they showed up and they're like, no. And this is a team in Florida that beat a Texas team that's really good, that's playing a lot better. They beat a Texas team earlier in the year, so I don't like. This used to be like one of the bigger rivalries in the SEC for 2 decades, and they bagged it. You could tell their fans in the stands were upset. They just, I don't know. It just didn't seem like they cared. They wanted to be there. Their season's over, and they showed it the other night.
I was surprised their student section was still pretty much intact towards the end of the game, based on how the season has gone.
Must have been free pizza.
Must have been. They must have done what Rice did and handed out free beer.
Boozolas.
Yeah.
Boozolas for one and all. Okay. Here's a marketing deal. And maybe this is I have a dream. Because I feel bad for Ole Miss that they're kind of being put through this by Lane Kiffin. But what if he grabbed the mic? Well, hold on a minute. That game's in Starkville, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, well, forget that. Forget that thought then. Kelly, how cool would that be if he grabbed the mic, the PA mic, and said, "I'm staying"?
It would be pretty cool. That would be like Sam Weiss in the the Cincinnati game back a long time ago. We don't live in Cleveland. You remember that, George?
You live in Cincinnati.
Jimmy Sexton, though, I mean, George brought this up. Jimmy Sexton may just be pulling the biggest prank ever on everybody.
Well, but Jimmy only does it if it benefits all parties monetarily.
Ole Miss said they're willing to they're not going to get out bargained by LSU or Florida, so maybe it is going to benefit him.
And maybe that's absolutely the case. I just feel bad for their players because this ought to be a time of great celebration for them. What they have achieved to get themselves into a position where they ought to make the playoff is pretty amazing.
And they're in a perfect spot, George, because they're not going to have to play in the SEC championship game.
Right.
And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the answer is because I guess, in the United States, Lane Kiffin has a right to, entertain offers from LSU in Florida. But, I think if I'm one of their players that is a real leader, I might go to him and say, cut the crap. We need to know.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you with us or are you not? Because all year long, you've told us to hang together. We're one. We're a unit. Well, are we or are we not?
And I think that's one of the flaws with this whole system, because if they're, the coaches are preaching loyalty to the players, and you have these players that are transferring 2-3 times in their college careers, well, coaches better do the same thing. If, practicing what you preach. It seems like coaches, players, though, love like Kejuan Lacey. He was on the McAfee show the other day with Lane Kiffin, and seems like that relationship hasn't deteriorated at all. So it's just a confusing mess.
Coaches have been doing that for years, though, Parker. Like, they're the ones – everybody's getting mad at these players for doing all this and going for more money now and with the NIL and the transfer deal. But the coaches started this a long time ago, because all these dudes have been under contract.
Right.
And everybody used to say, you're supposed to adhere to the contract. You're supposed to respect the contract. And these guys – I mean, the Petrino guy, he was at Atlanta, I think.
Yeah.
And he told his guys, I'm here. And that was like 9:00 in the morning. And then that afternoon he was at Arkansas and he was the next head coach. There's been no loyalty from the coaches.
Is that not a problem though?
Yeah, absolutely. But it's hard. I think these young men nowadays know that that's the game. And they understand that, hey, a coach may say this, but this is coach speak. And he's going to probably do what's best for him and for his family. And don't know if you can totally trust that. And I'm going to say, I agree. Because you watch that stuff on ESPN with Ole Miss. I think those kids do love him. I think the coaching staff, I think they do some really cool stuff with getting those guys involved. But I think in the end of the day, this new era of kid that are coming in are not very trusting with coaches either, because of the way this has gone for the last 25 years. So they say, hey, he's going to say what he's going to say, but virtually it's up to us on the field. We can't let that bother us. We got to let him do what he's got to do, and then we got to go out and win a game. I know that's easier said than done, but I think that's the way they feel nowadays.
Okay, we're going to go to the break, and then we're going to open up the phone lines at 615-759-9949.
Kelly, you have something?
George, do we think Jeff is going to call in? Because didn't he say that UK was going to spit Vandy out?
Well, he did say that.
We have a surprise.
As a matter of fact, he did say that. Anyway,
okay, all right.
Phone number 615-759-9949. I want to get some people, red-blooded Americans, who have opinions, who have thoughts they want to share, because there's a lot to share right now. And while you're at it, help me on the whole Preds thing, because clearly I'm not a happy camper. I love Barry Trotz. I'm one of his biggest boosters. But this load of bull he's feeding everybody about the coaching staff's working hard, I don't give a damn. That's a given. That's expected. Okay, that's not a participation trophy. That's what you're supposed to do. But the problem is they're in a business that is a productivity business. And when you're dead last in the league, like Brian Callahan, who got shown the door, people have a right to expect change. That's all I'm saying. We'll go to the break. This is the George Plaster Show.
When I got my first car, my dad told me, keep the gas tank full and my number on speed dial. Now parents are telling their kids, save 615-242-9000 just in case. I'm Blair Durham. If you or someone you love is in a wreck, call us. We're here to get you the money you deserve.
A golf cart from Mikey's Motors is the perfect way to get around this summer. Whether you're going to the park, the pool, or the playground, do it in a brand new golf cart from Mikey's Motors, Franklin and Murfreesboro.
Summertime fun in Tennessee. That's what we sell at Mikey's Motors. Come see how we roll.
Attention, Big Orange Country. Tennessee and Illinois will square off Saturday, December the 6th at Bridgestone Arena. This is the rematch of a great college basketball game last season in Champaign that went right to the wire. And this one figures to be more of the same. Tickets are on sale now. You can grab your seats by going to Ticketmaster.com. That's Ticketmaster.com. Tennessee, Illinois. It's big time. Star Physical Therapy was established in 1997 with one great mission: to serve. If you're hurting, don't wait to receive physical therapy. You don't need a referral to see their physical therapist, and early morning and evening appointments are available. Make the call to 615-673-1420 and get rid of that pain. Star Physical Therapy, the official health provider of Football Friday. Are you looking for expert medical care in Nashville without leaving your home? Medical House Calls brings concierge-level health care directly to your door. Whether you need urgent attention, ongoing primary care, revitalizing IV therapy, or medically guided weight loss, our experienced providers are just a phone call away at 615-838-2375 or go online, medicalhousecalls.com. It's easy to say good things about the folks at Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers. Number one, I trust them with something that's near and dear to me, the Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night. But more importantly, I see the fun people have. They enjoy the bowling, they enjoy the camaraderie, and you will too. Come by any of their locations and get ready to have some fun. Official home of the 4th annual Plaster and Friends Celebrity Bowling Night.
ESPN Radio lives here. Your sports live here on ESPN 94.9. The Fan.
Okay, we are back on a Monday afternoon where, good gosh, it's 40 minutes away from being totally dark.
Thanks for reminding me, George.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, that's a little depressing. Tony in Nolensville will get us started as we go to the phones. Got loaded lines. As soon as the line's open, I'll let you know it. Tony, welcome.
Hello, George, and hello, guys. And, George, I'll cover 2 or 3 things. Try to be quick for you. First of all, those Kentucky fans, I don't know if they went back listening to Elvis's Blue Christmas or, Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain, but they sure witnessed a beatdown. I know that. And I thought they were going to have a close game here, the way Kentucky played the last 3 weeks. But apparently they sent their junior varsity team to come down here and play because it was about as ugly as I've seen Vanderbilt beat the hell out of Kentucky. I mean, they boat raced them, stomped over their throats, and Kelly, they kicked them inside the head with a boot nail. So
Yes, they did. Yes, they did, Tony.
Thank you, Larry Munson.
Guys, I want to touch on y'all cover and other people call in about the other stuff, but of the SEC and the big games. But George, I want to touch on a little bit here about the FCS selection committee yesterday.
Sure.
First of all, putting Tennessee Tech as a 13 seed, I thought was a slap in the face. They'd been in the top 10 most of the year. And then the team they are going to play is North Dakota, who is coming all the way, as we say, North Dakota. But they talked about all the first-round games were supposed to be, they were trying to do regional games. Well, they put North Dakota, 7-5 team, all the way down here to play Tennessee Tech. But Austin Peay was the first team left out. And they're sitting there with a 7-5 record, played the number 4 seed team took them to the wire and went for the win in overtime and got beat 45-44. Yet they're sitting there and beat a Division I team in the middle early in the year, first game, manhandled them. And how North Dakota got in to go play at Tennessee Tech when Austin Peay was sitting there, I think they missed the boat on that and really could have a real good first-round matchup with Austin Peay renewing the rivalry with Tennessee Tech. How did you feel about that?
I think Tennessee Tech got completely hosed as a 13 seed. I think that's a total joke. Yeah, I'm biased. The closest thing I have to a nephew plays on that team, Timothy Kutris. So anything I say is going to be biased. But you wonder what level of politics went on in that meeting. You've got an AD at Tennessee State on the committee in Mickey Allen. Was he a positive? Was he a negative? Was Tennessee Tech's movement to another conference used against them? I don't know what to think.
Interrupt you. Isn't the director the head chairman? Wasn't he from UTC?
You may know that. I don't know that. I will say this. I went to their game against UT Chattanooga. If that guy was stupid enough to think they're a 13 seed after the beating they took that day, good Lord.
Well, I'm with you. I thought Tennessee Tech, I thought Austin Peay both got hosed. I do think that, just the state of Tennessee and the conferences we play in, our respected schools, I thought got hosed. So, but like I say, I just wanted to throw that out there. I'll still probably watch it because we're talking about, the championship. Don't forget, it's going to end up here in Nashville.
Yeah.
So with that being said, but with Vanderbilt taking care of business like they did, I really was afraid of, if y'all saw this, I was really afraid right off the bat on SEC Network, on the SEC Nation being here, Mr. C, the Commodore mascot, Parker and Kelly, he tried to jump on it. Well, he was on the four-wheeler and he went to take off and he wiped out and flipped the damn thing over and broke it. So I said, oh, my God, that's an omen right off the bat. But for Kentucky fans, enjoy your Blue Christmas by Elvis. Talk to you.
Okay, that'll leave the line open. Tony, thank you. 615-759-9949. Hope somebody will fill that line. Tim in Nashville, you are up next.
Hey, guys. Hey, I'm going to be quick. I got just two quick questions for you guys. The first is on the Heisman Trophy. Heisman Trophy, all it says for the college football's most outstanding player, but every year these talking heads get on there, are supposed to be experts, and they pick the guy with the best stats. I don't know how, and I'm no Vanderbilt fan. I've followed UT forever, but if you watch Pavia play, how he is not one of the most outstanding players, I don't know what you're looking at. So anyway, I'd just like you to comment on that. And then the second thing is, after Texas won, we heard everything about how Arch Manning looked great and he'd done something that nobody else had ever done. Of course, they did it against Arkansas, which is not as good as McGavock High School's defense. Do you think, George, there's a issue in the media where media people are afraid to criticize Manning because of who his uncles are, that they're afraid of backlash from the Manning family? And listen to that. Y'all have a good Thanksgiving. Have a good day.
Hey, Tim, thank you for the call. So let me start with this, because Arch has come in for a lot of negativity throughout quite a bit of the year. So, Kelly, I wouldn't go there that the media won't touch it because it's sort of the pristine Manning family. I'm not going there.
Yeah, I don't know if I can go there either. He's had ups and downs. People don't understand. This is his first year starting. I don't know how he's going to turn out. I said that earlier. Everybody, Paul Feinbaum and everybody was talking about this guy. He's got the Heisman, but nobody knows how a young man's going to play. I don't care if he's got the pedigree behind him or not. Like, he's different from his uncles. He's different from his granddaddy. He's got a game like his granddaddy. If you watch those old films with Archie playing in New Orleans, that's kind of his style. He didn't have a very good offensive line, and he would run. He would make plays happen. He would make things happen. Now, I will say this. I mean, Archie's not as accurate as his uncles are. He's got to work on that, but he's a thicker kid. He can run. He kind of fits what all these colleges want nowadays. They want the quarterbacks to be able to run the football, but every time you run, there's always that chance of getting hurt. And I think all these guys in the NFL are finding that stuff out. Jaden Daniels is finding out. Lamar Jackson's been hurt this year. I don't know. It's just it's a different game nowadays. But he has gotten better. He's done better than he did at the beginning of the year. But just imagine the pressure that young man has been under. And whether it's warranted or not, I don't know. But sometimes you're not really used to that. And he didn't play in a very big level in high school football. He played for the Newman Greenies, and I don't know what level that is here, but it's a lower level. It's not like a 6A or a Division II, AAA. So the things that he's seen in college are something totally different from what he saw in high school.
On Pavia, look. We think he ought to be here. We think he's earned the right to be invited.
Yes.
I think there are people that might be a part of this that couldn't possibly have Vandy at the level he's got him at.
Absolutely not. Like we were talking earlier in the year, we bring it up every show when we talk about Vanderbilt, George, but Billy was talking about, hey, don't sleep on this team. And they've won 9 games, George. Did at the beginning of the year? I never thought they would win 9 games.
No.
They're in discussion of the playoffs. Like, it's amazing what this young man's done, and even Tony said it. You can make a gripe. There's no player in the country that means more to his team, more to the community, more to the program than Diego Pavia. And that's why he deserves to go to New York. And if it was all fair and if it wasn't politics, I think the guy wins the thing. But that's not going to happen. I just don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Kenny on line 3, welcome into the show.
Hey, George, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great, and I didn't want to forget Kelly and Parker. How you guys doing?
We're good, man. How you doing, Kenny?
Doing fantastic.
Doing good. So, just a couple of quick comments and something really strange that happened to me Saturday. George, your video did not do it justice as to how loud that place got, because I sat in the new section they opened last year in the end zone in the second.
Yeah.
And so when that was on, I looked over at Kentucky's band, which was to my left, and everybody that had them cymbals, them clanging things, they were getting in it and throwing down, and they were in a Kentucky band. I mean, it was crazy sitting there. They were like, we're down 38. Let's go with it.
Let's have some fun.
So, and I guess on a more serious note, but George, you and I can remember this probably, and Kelly probably also. Parker may be a little young, but all eyes were on Peyton Manning all year long for the Heisman. He did all the right things. He said all the right things. I mean, he was, basically anointed the Heisman. And then Charles Woodson snuck in there at the end. And that is still a very, very touchy subject with that team to the east, to quote Jerry DiNardo. And I feel like that, Diego could be one of those guys that sneaks in and maybe finishes second, higher than what people think. And then I'll end on this, and then y'all can comment on it. But I'm standing there for the Star Walk, okay? And there's these 2 older gentlemen, and they got these blazers on, and they've got like the Cheez-It cracker symbol on those blazers. Well, me being from the South, and I asked them, I said, do y'all work it? And they said, no, we were representatives from the Citrus Bowl. And I said, really? And they said, we're out walking around seeing how a tailgate goes, see, how incorporated the fans are, how involved they are. And they started asking me, like, is it like this every Saturday? And I said, for the last 2 years, it has been. And so I was just sitting there. I was just like mesmerized. Here it is. I'm just some, 57-year-old hick from Old Hickory, and they're asking me about the fan base for Vanderbilt. But anyway, that was kind of a funny situation, I guess.
Yeah,
I'll hang up, listen to y'all's comment about, can Diego sneak in there like Charles Woodson did? And y'all have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Thanks,
you
Kenny.
too. Harold Grader, who runs the Liberty Bowl. I've known Harold for years. He was up there. The Liberty Bowl would love to have Vandy because their feeling is that Vandy would bring a bunch of folks. They did whatever Franklin's first year was, 11 or 12. They got in, played Cincinnati, and took a bunch of people down there. Do I think Pavia is going to win it? No. Kelly, here's the thing I don't know. I don't know when the ballots have to be turned in and whether you get in the playoff, could be a help. I just don't know that.
I don't know that either, George. I just think he deserves. I think he could sneak in there and be second. I really do. I just.
Oh yeah.
I think he means more to this team, and I think in a true non-political world, I think he probably could. He probably does win the Heisman, but I just don't see. I just don't see it.
I think he's second in the betting odds, Kelly. If I had to. I think I saw something from On 3 today that he's second in the betting odds behind Fernando Mendoza. So you're probably right about that. Dylan Gabriel stuck in before Cam Ward last year.
Yeah, and here's another thing I've got to add. I want to ask you two guys because we're heading into bowl season now, and if Vanderbilt, which hope for the fan base, they could go up to Knoxville and they do all that, and maybe they win the game, and if they do. Maybe they have an outside chance of getting into the playoffs. But what does this do to a fan base, George, with everybody knows that the big deal now is the 12 teams that are in the playoffs. So does that water the bowl games down even more with fan support?
Well, I think it does. Huge.
Yeah,
and
I do too.
It's one of the byproducts of a playoff that we all wish wouldn't be that way. But the fact of it is, it's now you're either one of the 12 or you're made to feel like you're going to the NIT.
That's right. That's
correct.
correct.
Kind of what it does feel like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Let me go to the break here. Eric, you'll be the leadoff hitter afterwards. Hang with us. This is the George Plaster Show.
When I got my first car, my dad told me, keep the gas tank full and my number on speed dial. Now parents are telling their kids, save 615-242-9000 just in case. I'm Blair Durham. If you or someone you love is in a wreck, call us. We're here to get you the money you deserve.
Attention, Big Orange Country. Tennessee and Illinois will square off Saturday, December the 6th at Bridgestone Arena. This is the rematch of a great college basketball game last season in Champaign that went right to the wire. And this one figures to be more of the same. Tickets are on sale now. You can grab your seats by going to Ticketmaster.com. That's Ticketmaster.com. Tennessee, Illinois. It's big time.
As the trusted premier custom home builder in Middle Tennessee, Donnelly Timmons has over 20 years of experience in the industry. Whether you're looking to build your dream home or renovate your current home, their team will ensure that every client and every remodel is unique, luxurious, and completed on time within budget. Founders Dustin Timmons and Joey Donnelly have over 25 years of construction experience in the Nashville area. Together, they have completed projects in Forest Hills, Oak Hill, Green Hills, Franklin, and Brentwood. Dustin and Joey believe that communication is the most important aspect of all construction projects. Therefore, they personally manage each project themselves and are involved in job site activities on a daily basis. Their commitment to quality and integrity has earned them an outstanding reputation among their clients. Contact them to set an appointment for a free consultation or to view some of their completed projects. Give them a call at 615-456-7983 or log on to DonleyTimmons.com.
Convenience and value, two words that we expect when we do business. Our goal at JHA Company is to deliver just that, both to our school partners and to our customers. Whether you're purchasing photos, yearbooks, class jewelry, letter jackets, school spirit wear, or senior graduation products, we strive to make the experience easy, convenient, and cost-effective. Find out more at jhacompany.com or call 615-867-6345 for more information. JHA, one source, one company.
Your sports live here on 94.9 The Fan.
We're back. Appreciate all the phone calls on this Monday afternoon. Let's get right to them. Eric in Nashville, you're the leadoff hitter.
Okay, Kelly, I don't know if I'll get to talk to you again later this week, but if I don't, I just wish you a happy Thanksgiving. If I do, I'll probably wish to you again, but I just wanted you guys just to have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you,
man.
and same to you and your family as well.
George, a couple of things. I'm going to get to the college football last, but I want to talk a couple of NFL things. First of all, as far as the Titans go, I'll tell you what, was happy that Cam played a lot better yesterday. I know there were people over the last few weeks saying that he should be benched, but he was a bust, and we should cut him at the end of the season or trade him and then draft Mendoza, which I thought that was insane. But, you're going to hear all sorts of things. And you talked about the penalties earlier. It was frustrating, especially in the first drive. It looked like we were going to get a touchdown. I think we had a penalty and Cam got sacked. Then on the later drive, I think we wound up where we got the ball, and instead of letting it go out of bounds, we started inside the 5. We had a great play, and then after that, we were called for 12 offensive men in the huddle. And then after that, we got another great play, but then Peter Skoronski was called for holding. We got bogged down, had to punt the ball. So every time it seems like we get penalties and wind up having to settle for field goals or punting the ball when we have promising drives. It's just the penalties kill us.
Yeah.
Two other things about the NFL, and then I'll get to the college stuff. First of all, of course, Thursday is the big game, Kansas City at Dallas. There's probably going to be 50 million people watching that game. The Kansas City game against the Colts yesterday, I think now, George, whereas we never thought this, everybody's talking about Colts for the number 1 seed. The Colts could be in trouble, and they're not careful. They may make the playoffs. They're 8-3, but they still got to play the Houston Texans twice, the Jacksonville Jaguars twice. They also have to go to Seattle and play the Seahawks, and they've got a Monday night game at home against the San Francisco 49ers. That's the toughest game in the NFL.
Yes.
They may be in some trouble. Yeah, and as far as the Cowboys game yesterday, I'll tell you what, 3 weeks ago, Dallas lost to one of the worst teams in the NFL on Monday Night Football against Arizona. If you were to tell me they were going to come back and beat the Raiders, which they did, and you expect that, but then come from 21 down to beat the Eagles, I would have never believed it. That defense is certainly a lot better, and I wish they had that defense at the beginning of the season because it may be too late because there's still a lot of teams they got to overcome. But it's just talk to me after this Thursday against Kansas City, and then the following Thursday night in Detroit against the Lions, and we'll see where the Cowboys are. But it was really impressed. And the Eagles, I will say this again, A.J. Brown, I don't believe he's going to finish his career in the Eagles. I think they're going to eventually move off of him and trade him. They're struggling again, and the one common denominator is Nick Sirianni. They've changed offensive coordinators every year. Everybody says that he's a great coach. I just think they win in spite of him. I just don't think of him as this great play caller, but we'll see what happens. Now, George, as far as the college stuff goes, a couple of things. First of all, I agree with you. I think Vanderbilt's going to need a lot of help. Like, not only BYU and Utah probably losing, they may need also Oklahoma and Alabama both to lose for them to have a shot. But it's not just them. Miami could finish 10-2 and out of the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely.
Or BYU could finish 10-2 and finish out of the playoffs. So I told you I thought that was going to happen. I think it definitely will. You could have 2 or 3 teams with 10-2 records probably out of the playoffs, George. I just love the Tennessee Vanderbilt game this week and all the trash talk that's going to go on. It's hilarious. I've got a lot of friends who are Vandy and UT fans, so I go to church with some I know who graduated from the school, some who didn't, who love those programs. It's just going to be real interesting. And then, George, two last things concerning Vanderbilt. I don't know if you've heard these two things. Number one, I heard yesterday where now, of course, Diego Pavia, of course, said about Vanderbilt, he believes he could win here. And now it's gotten attention of some national people. You may have heard this. There was a quarterback that they were talking about supposed to go to Georgia is now seriously considering coming to Vanderbilt, who's the national.
Yeah, Jared Curtis.
Yeah, Jared Curtis. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing, I don't know if you heard about this. I heard this last night, that Vanderbilt could be in a major bowl against Michigan in the Citrus Bowl. I don't know if you'd heard that last night. I heard that late last night for somewhere. I don't remember where I heard that from. But definitely they're getting a lot of now national attention, guys. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Guys, we'll get off. Let you get some other callers. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Y'all take care, and we'll talk to you soon.
Eric, thank you. If you look at enough bowl projections, you'll get people playing everywhere.
That's right.
All over the map. It's crazy.
That's right.
Kenny the Mailman, you're up next.
Hello, good friends.
Kenny, how are you?
I'm doing excellent. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, y'all been sort of going in and out on me. I know it's the season of Thanksgiving. I cannot express how thankful and I'm grateful I am to finally have a good football season for Vanderbilt. I've just wanted one season where it would feel like you're important. You were playing in big games. People were talking about you. They've had a few good, nice, cute seasons, but they got a minor game and it was just sort of a flash. This was just, I just don't even have the words to describe it. And people at work think I'm crazy, but this game Saturday means more to me than getting in the college playoffs. Do you know why?
Because it's Tennessee.
Well, just think about it, George. You're great at history. How many manned lunar landings have they been in the history?
You're going to have to help me there.
I think it was 6, okay? Lunar landings. Since I've been alive, Vanderbilt has won 4 times in Knoxville, and I'm in my 60s. So statistically, it's been easier to land on the moon.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's good right there.
Literally, I've sat on the top seat of that stadium, and it was sleeting, and my butt got frozen to the aluminum seat because there was nothing to stand for the whole game. Vanderbilt got 6 first downs. So to actually have a game where it's important and a lot of eyeballs are watching, I say it, funny and everything. People have no idea how it is to root for a bad team for 50 years. You finally get to sit at the table one time. So I'm going to get the T-shirt, the DVD. Hopefully things will work out. I would be tickled to death with the Citrus Bowl or a Gator Bowl. They've never been, except for one time. 50.
Hey, I love your lunar deal. That is awesome.
Yeah, George.
Thank you.
I think I lost you, but listen, y'all have a great evening.
Kenny, thank you.
That's awesome.
That is hilarious.
That's awesome.
The lunar landing is the equivalent. Jeff in Murfreesboro, you're up next.
Yeah, you don't know about a bad football team. I'm Kentucky fan, win, but we're not much better than Vanderbilt. All right, so don't. I mean, we have a few more bowl games, but we ain't won much either. And Saturday they didn't play real well. They couldn't keep the ball. They couldn't keep the ball, couldn't keep them on the sideline. So they didn't play real well. Hopefully they'll get Louisville this weekend. If they do, they'll probably go to either Liberty Bowl or Texas Bowl, what I've read. So they'll go over there, and Liberty Bowl would be nice. Wouldn't be far for Francis travel. I think they'd go over there, get them a good contingent over there. But what if Alabama, Oklahoma, and Vanderbilt all lose? What happens then?
Wait a minute. Say that again. If Oklahoma and Bama and Vandy all lose.
If they all lose, they're all out of the playoffs, true?
Yeah, I mean, I would think so, yeah.
Well, then let me ask you this. Towards the SEC in this playoff scenario wants no automatics. They just pick the best 12. That's what they've come out and said.
Yeah, and I don't agree with that. I think you're trying to get the best 11 and a group of 5 participant. To me, Sankey's initial, we deserve X number because we're the SEC, or the Big Ten saying the same thing, I don't agree with.
Well, I don't agree with it. I think it's crap, too. I'm saying if you want to do it that way, then let's do basketball that way. Best 68. We don't need conference tournaments. All you're doing it for is money. That's all you're doing it for, and nothing else. Just like the volleyball tournament this weekend played Savannah. It's for a little bit of money, and they ain't had it in 20 years. You know, it's just a money grab. That's what somebody said this morning. It's the money grab invitational. That's what the playoffs are. Who wanted the playoffs? The fans, and then maybe the media. The coaches, they ain't worried about it. Players, nah, they didn't worry about it. The small divisions, they need it. They don't get no coverage. Division One's got enough money. If we go back to polls, I ain't worried about it. Whether somebody pick them, they don't need no.
So you don't think the players care about a playoff?
No, the coaches don't. Players not really. No. They
I don't
back in the day,
that
no.
for a minute.
Back in the day, back years ago, no. They weren't worried about play. We made the bigger bowls, the Orange Bowl, the Sugar Bowl, stuff like that. But no, not no. I don't know. Unless you want to play the March 1, March 1st or something. They get 16 teams. You'll play till February or whatever. So that's pretty much it. I mean, they talk about the portal and all this, signing day and all this stuff. That's why all these coaches are getting let go, because they got to sign players and all this other business. So I mean, what's the deal? I mean,
well, the players do care about getting.
Why is Hugh Freeze and why is the Florida coach getting fired now?
What has that got to do with whether the players care about being in a playoff?
Well, I mean, the coaches are getting fired. They got to get fired so they can bring the recruits in, get a new coach in, do what they want to do. Coaches back in the day, George, they weren't worried about playoffs.
I'm not contesting a lot of this, but when you say that the players don't care about a playoff, that's bull.
Well, then go ask some of them.
I don't need to ask any of them. You can see by their effort how much they care.
Well, then the bowl games mean something too. They're not some little. It should be small schools go to bowl games. It means something to them.
Okay, fine. For the smaller schools, it does. But when you say that the players do not care about a playoff, that's a load of crap.
Well, you're a load of crap too. You have a good day, man.
Well, that's fine. Kelly. We lose
Yes.
Kelly?
No, Kelly's right.
Kelly,
No,
do you
I
believe
just-
for 1 minute that players don't care about a playoff?
Absolutely not. I mean, that's what you're playing for. Those guys don't sit out of bowl games. They sit out of bowl games because they're getting ready for the NFL draft. They're not going to sit out of the playoff game, so that means it means something to them. That's what they come to the college level, these Power 4 schools, to do. Is when obviously they want to get to the NFL, but they want to win a championship. They want to win a conference championship and be in the hunt to win a national championship. So no, that's totally out of left field. That's crazy.
Ryan and Brentwood, I got about 3 minutes. Do your best.
I'll be quick, George. Hey, do you have a vote for the Heisman this year?
I do not.
Oh, man. I wish you did, because Diego needs to win the Heisman if they beat UT. I would not be surprised if Vandy blows them out like they did Kentucky. Like, there's one thing that Clark Lee likes to do, and he likes to sling it around. And, the shotgun 5 receiver set. I mean, there's one thing that Diego can do, and he can sling the ball around. I mean, they go for the home run all the time. So, are you going to the Preds game tonight, George?
I am.
I'll see you there. I'll see you later on tonight. Take care, guys.
Okay. So Kelly, I don't know when the Heisman vote, when you have to throw the ballot into the hopper. I'm guessing now it's electronically as opposed to the old system, because I was a voter, 30 years ago. I think he gets invited. I don't guess anything would shock me.
No, nothing. That's what I was about to say. Nothing would shock me. I would not get in. I just think he has to. And the other day, I think cemented that. Like, I don't want him. The kid is a bona fide ball player, George, and it doesn't matter. Like he's going up there into a ravaged place where they hadn't. Just like Kenny the Mailman talked about, in his lifetime, they've only beaten UT 4 times in Knoxville. So
that was a crazy stat.
It's going against the grain. And if he does that, I think he's in some high company, man. That there's no question about that. But he needs, no matter what he does at UT, he needs to be invited to that because he's meant so much to this program and what he's done and turned this thing around. And if they do go up there and lose, they still won 9 games this year, guys. Like nobody ever thought that they would ever do that. Like we're saying 7-5 would have been a good. They're in the. They could be 10-2 after this coming up weekend.
No.
Crazy. Nobody ever thought it.
Okay, a word real quickly about the Dr. Gill Center for Back, Neck, and Chronic Pain Relief. It comes down to the word pain. You get an audience, partly because I'm older. Audience is likely to be older. When you get older, you got more pain. Don't ask me why, how, or whatever. You just know that when you wake up, something doesn't feel good. And the question is, how willing are you to just accept it and put up with it? If the answer so far has been, I tolerate it, stop. Try to make it better. Go see the folks at the Dr. Gill Center. A couple of things will happen. Number one, I think you'll be impressed by their willingness to listen to what ails you, how it happened, what do you think's causing it, all those different variables. And then they've got the technology to try to begin a path for you that will be better. So don't spend another day in pain. I'm going to give out their phone number. I'll do it twice. 615-882-4838. Again, 615-882-4838. An initial consultation and a report of findings, $49. Could be the best money you ever spend.
Are you tired of living with back pain? What would you do if the pain was gone?
At the Dr. Gill Center, we've helped thousands of people over the last 30 years break free from pain and get back to living life. We're committed to your outcomes, and our caring team listens, understands, and offers real solutions to neuropathy, back pain, and joint pain without unnecessary surgery or medication. Choose the clinic that listens. Choose the clinic that cares. Call the Dr. Gill Center today at 615-882-4838.
Let's make your pain-free life a reality.
It's your time.
Real quick, I'd like to address a comment in the YouTube. When are we getting the intro updated? And when will Young Gun Billy Derrick be replaced with Machine Gun Kelly?
Shortly after the bowling event. The bowling event has taken an extreme level of time. But it's a fair question. It's a very fair question.
Time for Plaster's Bet of the Day, brought to you by Bart Durham Injury Law. 3-3-1 last weekend for you, George. So 500.
Yeah.
You know?
And just sort of.
84, 98, 6 overall.
Yeah,
Look to change that tonight.
We're going with the Carolina Panthers plus 7.5 at San Fran. That half point might be important. Here's the scary thing. Isn't Carolina 6-5?
They are.
Who would have thunk it? Tomorrow on this show, Tony Basilio, David Cutcliffe. See you then.
Hey guys, Big Joe here from my good friends over at Busy Bee. They're simply the best. What do they got going on now? $49 heating inspection, free indoor air quality package with each unit install.